Hi guys. I know when we were still in school, we were reading the story How to Eat Fried Worms, and we were almost done. We had a couple of chapters left, and I know that after reading the story, we were supposed to watch the movie in class, but then all of this happened, and unfortunately, we were told that we were not going to be going back to school this year. So, when we had a Zoom meeting, some of you asked if we were going to finish the book. You wanted to finish it because you wanted to know what happened in the end. So, when I went to school and I went into the classroom, I went ahead and grabbed the book. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a couple of chapters, and then you guys can watch this and you can listen. And then I'll do this until we're done with the story, and then when we're all done, then we can discuss it, okay? So, I know it's been a while, but we left off on chapter 28. This is the picture, and it says, "Hello, we're." So let me go ahead and, let me just go ahead and start, okay? A confused murmur arose up and down the street. Suddenly, a boy shouted from the Phelps house, "Finks!" Alan's father dragged him back from the window. "Is that why you were stuffing Billy with candy and junk all day? Leave me alone. Yeah, we were trying to trick him. The Fink. Finks!" he yelled at the top of his voice, lunging toward the window. "Quiet!" His father sat him down hard in a chair. Joe peered out through the fringe of the bedspread. As soon as he had heard the siren and Tom's yells, he had crawled under the bed. "And that's why Billy woke the whole neighborhood up? To show you he hadn't been tricked?" "Yes." His father let go of Alan's pajama collar. In the doorway, Alan's mother threw up her hands and went off to the bathroom to take 2 aspirin. The next day, Alan and Joe tramped from house to house in the neighborhood, knocking on each door and then reciting in chorus. "Hello, we're Alan Phelps and Joseph O'Hara. We're the reason you were waked up in the middle of the night last night, and we're sorry. You'll be happy to know our parents have punished us. We can't look at television or have any dessert for a month, and our allowances have been taken away for 2 weeks. We promise that it will never happen again." "At least not in this neighborhood," muttered Joe as the last door closed behind them. "And Alan," said his father at dinner that night, "I don't want to hear that there has been any repetition of this incident at Billy's or Tommy's house or anywhere else. Do you understand that?" "But we can't let them get away with it, Mr. Phelps," called Joe from the living room where he was waiting for Alan to finish his dinner. "There will be no repetition of this incident or anything like it," repeated Mr. Phelps. "You tried to trick Billy and lost. That will be the end of the matter." Chapter 29. "You know what you are," said Alan, his nose almost touching Billy's. "You're mean." "So are you," sneered Billy through clenched teeth. "And you're cheating, lying, dirty, snot-nosed, cheating, lying one." "If you say 2 more words," said Alan, "you know what? I'll beat your head in." Billy breathed hard. "I'm right behind you," muttered Tom, peering grimly over Billy's shoulders, his fists clenched. "Yeah," said Joe from behind Alan. "So what? We can lick both of you with our hands tied behind our backs and paper bags over our heads. You couldn't lick a flea." "Yeah? Yeah." Spiffle, whack, thump. "Someone's choking. No fair." Thump, gouge. Joe crawled off behind a tree. His nose was bleeding. Whomp. "He's pulling hair. He's scratching." Twist, twist. Alan crawled weeping behind a bush. Thump, whack, donk. "Billy, it's just you and me. Where are the others?" So look at, I don't know if you can see this picture, but they started fighting. So all the 4 friends, they started fighting each other. Tom and Billy untangled and sat up, bruised, scratched, dusty, shirts torn, hair tousled. Tom's nose was bleeding. Billy's shoe had come off. Yeah, sassed Alan and Joe from behind the tree. Billy started to shake his fist at them and clamber up, but then he sank back. Tom panted beside him, bleary-eyed. Yeah, all worn out? Can't fight anymore? Alan scooped up a handful of mud and flung it at Tom and Billy. Then Joe did the same. Billy and Tom scrambled up and pelted back. Mud splattered against trees and bushes. Alan began to cry. A rock hit Billy over the eye. He sat down backward in the mud, covering his head with his arms, sobbing. Joe and Tom stopped throwing. Joe grabbed Alan. Come on. Tom knelt beside Billy. Let me see, Billy. Is it bad? Take your arms away so I can see. He tried to pull Billy's arms apart. Billy wrenched away. Come on, said Tom in a scared voice. I'll take you home. Come on. Your mother can take you to the doctor. Chapter 30 is the peace treaty, and then this will be the last chapter that we read today. Alan and Joe sat on the sofa, Tom and Billy on two straight chairs opposite them. Now, said Alan's father, what's this all about? The four boys all began talking at once, accusing, recounting, explaining. All right, said Alan's father after a while, that's enough. Now we know it's got something to do with this bet Alan and Billy made, but Mr. O'Hara and I aren't going to get involved in that. You'll have to settle that among yourselves. You four boys have been friends too long to start fighting now, said Mr. O'Hara. You really hurt each other. Look at yourselves. Your faces all bruised and muddy. Talk it over, work things out, and then you can shake and be friends again. Joe muttered under his breath. I couldn't be friends with those rats. We'll be out in the kitchen, said Alan's father. When you've settled it, call us, and we'll all go down to Friendly's for some ice cream, okay? Billy and Alan and Tom nodded. The two fathers left the room. The boys gazed silently at each other. After a while, Alan said, It wasn't us that scratched Tom. Billy did it. Another silence. Did you have stitches? Billy asked Alan. Nah, did you? Billy shook his head. More silence. You tried to cheat, said Billy. That wasn't cheating. We were just trying to trick you. Yeah, but before that, when you glued the two worms together, that was cheating. You would have cheated too if you'd been losing. Billy thought about it. Okay, but look, no more cheating. I've already eaten 13 worms. You know I can eat 2 more. Heck, if I buy George Cunningham's brother's mini bike, we can all use it. We'll all have fun with it. Joe and Alan glanced at each other. Okay, said Joe. You win. He wins, Alan. Yeah, but what's the use, said Joe. We've tried everything. I'm sick of it. Geez, we've done nothing else for almost 2 weeks. Alan scratched his eyebrow, glancing at Joe. Yeah, but... Joe stood up. Come on, at least we'll get a milkshake out of it. So we're going to stop right there. And it looks like he won the bet, right? It looks like Billy won the bet. He only had 2 more worms to eat because he had already eaten 13. But Joe was like, okay, you win. So it kind of seems like they all made peace with each other. They all thought about it, and they are all friends again. So we are on chapter 31, and we have about 10 more chapters, 9 more chapters. They're really short though, so it's only these pages right here. Yeah, so we will continue reading, but for now, when we have our next Zoom meeting, make sure that you watch this video so that we can discuss these chapters, okay? I'll see you guys next time, or I'll see you on Monday actually at our meeting. Bye.